morning, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode here at Wildman Lifts. I'm your host, Wildman. So on today's episode, I decided to do the log clean and press. And I wanted to share some tips that I have used in the past that help me with lockout. Now, lockout can typically occur, or people will have weaknesses in lockout, right in the middle of some type of press, whether it's an overhead press like with the log or on a bench press. Usually right in the middle is what we call a sticking point. And a lot of people lose the battle at the sticking point. Gravity takes over and down goes the weight and the lift is missed. So I want to show you how I increased my lockout strength and how it actually was useful on today's session. So let's pop in and let's see what we did today. So today's giant set format was going to include one of my favorite movements, the strongman log clean and press. This is a great movement because it is a true test of overhead strength. It's also pretty fun to do. And in between, I'm going to be doing what's called 6-way windmills. They're actually called 3-way windmills, but because you do 3 on one side and 3 on the other, 3 plus 3 equals 6. That's why I call it 6. And this is really good for your obliques and your shoulder stability. And I'm going to be doing the 100-meter shuttle run in between, where I basically run in my outdoor gym this length 3 times back and forth, and that equals to about 100 meters total. And that's going to be the giant set format for the day. Now, for the strength portion of today's workout, the main focus was just to see where I'm at with wrist wraps on and with a belt on and with equipment on to see what my 1 rep max is. And the goal was to hit 235 pounds today for 1 repetition. And then depending whether or not I hit it would determine how the rest of the workout was going to go, because I really wanted to work on lockout. Because you can see with the log, if you can time everything appropriately, you're going to be able to use your legs and your whole body to get that log up at least over your head. And then from there, it's all tricep strength and then shoulder strength and stability to keep it overhead and lock it out, because that log moves a lot when it gets to the top. So this actually went up slower than I wanted to, so I was kind of nervous about 235 pounds. But you'll see here, good thing that I've been working on my lockouts for a while now, because this whole thing ends up becoming an overhead tricep extension when I get stuck. So the clean goes up relatively smooth. I got good front rack position, and right there, it starts to move. And you can see, because I've been working on my lockout strength, I was able to hit that. And I almost passed out after that because that was so much exertion. But now you could see, truly, I would have not hit that lift at all if my lockout and my triceps and my shoulder stability was not on point. The only reason that went up, and even though I've hit that weight before, it was a struggle last time and it was a struggle now, but I was completely out of sorts, but I was able to finish it. Lockout strength is super important. Whoa, that was close. Good thing that I've been working on my lockouts recently, and I was able to land that lift. Now let's jump into some variation and assistance work so I can show you just how I increased my lockout strength. Now, one of my favorite things to do when I'm setting up my workouts is using equipment that I plan to use and can continue to use for the rest of the workout. So in this case, the log incline bench press is a perfect exercise to do for lockout strength. And I like to roll it up as if it's a clean to practice that format. And you can press a lot more from this position, from the incline position, because you're using your chest muscles and you don't have to rely so much on stability, since you can use the bench as your support. And this is a great exercise to do for lockout because you're using virtually the same equipment, but you're overloading the triceps by switching it to an incline movement. And this is going to be my top set, and this is significantly heavier than what I planned to do, actually. So I was hoping to get 3 reps out of this, and after the first one, I thought, oh boy, my shoulders and triceps are so tired from lifting that 235-pound overweight. but I was able to get it, so I was very pleased with that. And I just continued to use the same giant set format of doing 6-way windmills and doing some 100-meter shuttle runs in between in order to get that conditioning going. And my favorite assistance exercise, which was for the next giant set, I decided to do dumbbells in a seated press. This is really good because it's going to overwork that shoulder stability since you have to balance those weights and it's not on a barbell where it's perfectly even and matched. And this is a great exercise to do if you're trying to increase your overhead strength and your lockout because of how unstable those dumbbells are. And now again, since I was pretty fatigued, I just didn't really know how high I was going to go. But I'm proud to say that I was able to hit the weight that I wanted to hit. I just had to lower the reps down. So here I just decided to do the 85-pound dumbbells. And I wanted to hit 10, but honestly, if I got more than 6, I was going to be happy. And I think I got 7 reps here. And my shoulders, I'm telling you right now, they were very tired and very fatigued. So the fact that they're able to press this under that much fatigue, I was very pleased with. And in between those sets, I was doing ab mat sit-ups. And then I increased the distance to 200 meters at a designated spot where I turn around and run back. And that would have been a mile total of running by the end of the workout. And then for another accessory movement to do for the accessory giant set is the log overhead tricep extension. This is really great to do to isolate the triceps and to get familiar with the log even more. And then I do what's called tricep push-ups where I isolate my triceps a little bit more, but I'm still using my chest, but I bring my hands in closer, which really works on the pushing motion of the triceps and helps with overhead stability as well. And of course, my ever famous face pulls for overall balance and evenness and healthy shoulders. And we're back. Just where we started, and now we have an empty log. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that everybody learned something new about how to increase their lockout. So the next time you go to the gym, you can practice these principles, you can do these exercises, and then when you do your next big lift on the press, whether it's bench press or overhead press, you'll be able to lock out. Until next time, thank you.